This is News Center 6 at 11.
It's taken 21 years, but finally the Michigan State Spartans have won the NCAA Basketball Championship and are bringing home the Sears Trophy to East Lansing.
To our 4 seniors, because they came here 4 or 5 years ago, we made some promises. Michigan State, we answered the promises. We'll see you tomorrow back home.
Good evening, everyone. The News Center 6 top story at 11. Of course, the Spartans' race for glory has ended, and Spartan fans everywhere are celebrating. It took 6 hard-fought games and a season of sweat to get us to this point. But Mateen Cleaves, Morris Peterson, and head coach Tom Izzo and the rest of the team proved tonight that they are the best in the nation. We have live top story team coverage tonight with live reports from Indianapolis and East Lansing. But we begin tonight with sports anchor Jeremy Sanson, who's going to tell us about the highlights of this. This was a game filled with emotion.
One shining moment.
Yeah, it says it all, doesn't it?
It just kind of sums it all up here tonight. When Mateen Cleaves decided that Michigan State was the place for him, the pieces of the puzzle began to fall into place for Tom Izzo, and that all culminated tonight at the national title game. The RCA Dome in Indianapolis. Tom Izzo showing some fire at the timeout, and his leader showed plenty of fire in the first half. Mateen Cleaves came to play. He had 3 triples, scoring 13 in all. State leads by 11 at the half, but a scary moment in the second. Cleaves going for a layup, falls down hard on his right ankle. Look at the pain on his face. A sprained right ankle, but he would come back. He's limping here, but look at the pass to Morris Peterson for the easy 2. Pete finished with 21 on the game. And Spartan fans, it is time to celebrate a national championship, 89-76 the final, Sherry. When we come back in sports, we're going to have much more from Indianapolis, hear from the guys. Live reaction you can only get right here on News Center 6.
All right, great job. We're looking forward to it. Thank you. Well, back here at home, police are joining community, campus, and student leaders, crossing their fingers tonight that the joy of a national championship doesn't turn to the disgrace of another riot. News Center 6 reporter Shannon Selby is live in East Lansing. She's watching the celebrations. Shannon, how are things looking tonight?
Sherry, it is absolutely incredible out here. At 11:15, you could have heard a pin drop. Media was out. Everybody was at the bars. Thousands of fans poured out of the area bars. Just a short time ago, the streets of East Lansing are wall-to-wall people celebrating. So far, there has been no problems. Fans are celebrating, very classy, just like the team would want. I talked to Sergeant Brian of East Lansing Police. They definitely did step up police tonight. You've got about 4 jurisdictions out here. You've got Meridian Township, you've got East Lansing, you've got Lansing Police, you've got the mounted police which are out here with their horses, and you've also got Ada County Sheriff's Department. So far, so good. It's an celebration. Live from East Lansing, Shannon Selby, News Center 6, back to you, Sherry.
All right, thanks, Shannon, for that report. Looks like things are fun out there tonight. Well, at the RCA Dome in Indianapolis, a sea of green and white is celebrating. And News Center 6 anchor Terry Stanton and sports director Dave Ackerley join us now live with reaction from Hoop City. Hi, guys.
Hey, how you doing back there?
Wow.
We're loving it. We're having fun.
Yeah.
I bet you are. Yeah.
Unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable.
Incredible.
What a great night for the Spartans.
Big night for Michigan State. Big night for Tom Izzo. Oh, what a game by Mateen Cleaves.
Yeah.
What a gutty performance.
Cleaves, Granger, Mo Pete, the seniors really came through tonight.
You know, we had Dr. Charles Young, I believe, from University of Florida, their interim president. He dropped this here. He left his little gator here. Is Gainesville that way?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
All right, we're just going to sort of, there, bam, gone. Just like the Gators. They're out the door. Spartans are national champions. I was just out on the floor with them in the midst of that melee. Irvin Johnson was out there shaking hands. Steve Smith was there from the Portland Trail Blazers. The Cleaves family out there just enjoying the moment, soaking it in. Everybody taking pictures of each other. Just an amazing scene on the floor, but waiting 21 years for this.
The winds of change are blowing in the NCAA. Out with Connecticut, in with Michigan State.
How about this?
The headlines are already out.
All right, the Detroit News here. We've got Green Glory.
That's the Free.
The Free Press,
Yep.
actually. The Free, there it is.
The Detroit News, Michigan State ends season as champs. And
a team photo
Oh,
there.
look at that.
Boy, are they quick.
Yeah,
I
they
tell you
are.
what, they turned it around in a big hurry here.
Even the Indianapolis Star
wasted
Big
no
headline.
time.
Absolutely.
Everybody celebrating. An incredible gathering of Spartan fans, too, Terry, inside. By far the most of any of the teams. I think they doubled the number of fans that Florida had on the inside tonight, and they are just lapping up every last little bit of this, as you might expect right now.
Well, and still you could hear a pin drop inside the dome. You were there when Mateen went down with the,
oh, my
with the
goodness.
high ankle sprain. The hopes that the game's still in jeopardy at that point, and Hope's walking out on a limb.
And talking with one of the associate team doctors on the floor after the game, and Mateen is jumping up and down. I mean, he's feeling no pain right now. Now, the pain is going to set in later. I said, well, what was the mindset? He said, normally the mindset would be he's not going to play.
Right.
I mean, he's got to come out. We've got to go get x-rays. And Mateen said, nix on that. I'm back in that game. You figure out a way to get me back in. They said, okay, and the rest is history.
And it seemed to lift the spirits of the rest of the Spartans on the court, and unbelievable. And big shots were hit. Mike Chappelle hit a couple big shots.
When Cleves went out, Chappelle was big.
Yeah, I mean, it was really a total team effort.
Granger tonight, maybe an unsung hero, and we had Jack Ebling on before. He thought he was going to hit the winning shot. Well, it didn't quite work out that way, but A.J. Granger with a terrific performance. You know, he shot 50% in the first half, hit some big shots in the second half. Big offensive game, and Morris Peterson down the stretch just basically iced the ball game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, we spoke with a couple fans coming out, and one said, and pointed right at Tom Izzo and said, incredible. 5 years, just 5 seasons as head coach at Michigan State. He's got a national title. Judd Heathcote got one in all those years that he was in East Lansing, and Izzo already with a national title, and right now the hottest young coach, the hottest coach of all in the NCAA.
I've got a great quote for you too, because Tom, he shook hands with Donovan before Donovan left the floor with Florida. His players, Tom's players, were going out to get their T-shirts and hats for the picture, and then CBS was going to do, as you saw, the Nance interview with Billy Packer.
Right.
Tom sort of drifted away for just a moment, and I had a chance to walk over there to center court. I said, hey, Coach, congratulations. I said, how does it feel? He goes, I can't feel anything. He was numb at that moment, but obviously joy for Tom Izzo and a lot of hard work. The residual of hard work tonight's championship.
Absolutely, absolutely. They've been at it for so long, and you have to admire the seniors. We've already talked about that, but the role players all have been so important.
Absolutely.
Hudson on the inside tonight started out well, even injured as he is.
Yes, indeed. Andre Hudson with a big game here tonight. He's been playing hurt. He's been doing it. We weren't sure exactly how much he was going to play on Saturday. He told us before the game, he said, you can count on me being out there. The team doctors and trainers saying, well, we're not really sure. You see the kind of person, the competitor that he is. We're going to have the press conference here very shortly. As you know, the celebration going long on the floor, CBS carrying most of it, and we're going to go and we'll hear their comments from a lot of the guys and players, the key players, the seniors, who will be up there on the podium with head coach Tom Izzo. That'll be all coming up in a little bit. We come back here live to Indianapolis, where it's party town tonight, isn't it?
If we can keep the tent above us, we'll be all right.
If it goes and blows away, we'll hang in here anyhow.
And you can still hear the cheers as people leave the RCA Dome. You could hear the RCA Dome erupt in the final moments of the game. From way out here, you could hear it.
You could hear it, but it wasn't anything like that cheer we heard from East Lansing there, was it?
No, not at all.
And let's hope everything stays nice and calm there tonight. Have a good time, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
And enjoy it.
And I think for right now, we'll throw it back to the studios in Lansing. We will come back here as soon as the Spartans take the podium for the post-game press conference. For Dave Ackerley, I'm Terry Stanton. Now back to you, Sherry.
Thanks, guys. Well, for thousands of loyal Spartan fans, the Breslin Center on the campus of Michigan State University was the place to be tonight. Home court for the Spartans during the regular season was just about as good as being there tonight in Indy. At the Breslin Center after the Michigan State Spartans get on the board first in the biggest game of the season. Some 5,600 fans packed the lower bowl to cheer their favorite team on to victory.
The energy of all the students, it's so great to just be here with everybody. I feel real good. We're very excited. We hope we win. It'll be the bomb. We win.
Between eating and drinking, free popcorn and hot dogs, Spartan fans chanted the fight song and for the green and white, led only by their love for the Spartans. That Spartan spirit plus a clear view of the big screen TV was almost as good as being there for many Spartans who made tonight a family affair.
We came on Saturday, and my wife and I both went to school here, and we're really excited about the Spartans. We wanted the girls to be able to experience that and to be here in the crowd and experience almost like a real game. It's very exciting that the whole crowd is worked up, and we're hoping for a Spartan victory tonight.
And it looks like their wish came true, doesn't it? Well, the bars and restaurants were packed tonight with fans watching the final showdown. But for some Spartans, they say there's no place like home. Rather than fight the crowds, these partygoers took a front row seat at their friend's house. And with plenty of good food, great friends, laughter, and a ton of Spartan spirit, all they needed was a win. But for this 10-week-old Spartan fan, the excitement was apparently more than she could take. Jim and Connie Close hosted a party tonight, and they say their guests say it was definitely the best place to be.
This is a great place to be. No, really, the Closes are fantastic hosts. Would not be any other place tonight. This is the place to be.
Great.
Better than Indianapolis.
The Close say this party was a continuation from Saturday's party. They duplicated the guest list, and they hope to duplicate the victory for MSU. And tonight, we can definitely say they did. Although MSU fans are already celebrating, the official celebrations won't start until Wednesday. It will begin at noon at the Capitol. A parade down Michigan Avenue will step off at 1 o'clock, and about 40,000 fans are then expected to pack a pep rally at Spartan Stadium around 2 o'clock, and we'll definitely take you there. We're going to head back now live to Indianapolis and check in with News Center 6 anchor Terry Stanton. The celebrations are definitely underway, and you have some fans with you, I understand.
Yeah, indeed we do, Sherry. I'm surrounded sort of like that Florida Gator offense was tonight on the floor of the RCA Dome. We're just going to kind of do a half moon here. I'm going to start on my right, your left, and we're just going to find out what the folks thought tonight. First, your name, where are you from?
Steve Blair from Grand Ledge.
All right, Steve, give me a sense of the feeling when the clock hit 0 tonight.
Oh, it was ecstasy. It was great. I've never experienced anything. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that, but
keep it clean
great.
now. You remember the '79 title?
Barely.
Barely? So this is pretty new stuff.
Yeah.
All right, great. Thanks a lot.
We've been following them for quite a few years now, so this is great.
Absolutely. You said you were, your name?
Rhonda Blair
Rhonda?
from Grand Ledge also.
All righty, Rhonda. You say you're about 40 rows up. You had your camera. You think you got some good shots?
I sure hope so. I took a whole roll, so we'll see.
That's great. Your feeling tonight?
Definitely well worth the money. We had to pay for the tickets and the trip down. You know, we've sat through games thick and thin, you know, through the lean years, and
Sure.
it was just a lot of fun to see them get what they had coming.
Great. All right.
Hi.
Hi, your name?
I'm Mike from Lansing.
Mike, Mateen Cleaves goes down. The place goes quiet. State's hopes perhaps walk out the door, limp out the door with him. Your feeling at that point?
I thought it was 79 against the Ohio State game when Magic went down. Just the whole place just held their breath until when they started coming back. You could see it up on the screen before it actually came out of the tunnel. It was incredible.
Yeah,
absolutely incredible.
So you could feel the intensity build as the crowd realized that Mateen was coming back out. What were you thinking as a fan sitting in the crowd?
Oh no, here we go.
Yeah, but he played and he gutted it out, and it was unbelievable.
I think more than anything, he just came back in and gave us a spark that we needed to do something good.
Yeah, it was almost as if it picked the rest of the team up.
It did indeed.
All right, and your name?
I'm Sue Pashy from Findlay, Ohio.
All right, from Findlay, Ohio. Yeah, you're a Spartan fan. Did you go graduate of state?
No, but I wish I did.
Everybody's a graduate of state tonight, feeling
right.
pretty good about the championship.
Awesome.
All right.
It was tremendous.
And you?
I'm Tom Pashy, and like I say, we moved from Flint, Michigan, down to Findlay, Ohio, so now AJ's our boy, but
there you go.
We got them all covered.
Make him an honorary Flintstone.
Absolutely.
City of Flint has to be proud tonight. Mateen Cleaves and Mo Pete.
No doubt, they sure are.
All right, thanks a lot.
Same way with Findlay.
All right, we are now going to take you inside the RCA Dome where the Spartans are taking to the podium for their post-game press conference.
Tom, your stage.
Well, I don't think I've realized what sunk in. It hasn't sunk in yet what we've accomplished, but I really do want to take my hat off to our whole team because I think it was a team effort. I think this was a night when we had a lot of guys do a lot of things. Every sub that came in played well. These guys were incredible, and the three seniors, I don't know what I can say to make everybody believe how special they are to me, but they've done an incredible job of helping build this program, and hopefully they'll be great alums and come back and teach the young guys what they did so gallantly tonight, and that was play with as big a heart as maybe as good an effort as I've ever seen.
Start in the middle right here.
Yeah, AJ, with the three seniors, you're in the middle.
Okay.
With the three seniors, you can sort of be the forgotten guy. I mean, how have you handled being the third guy? And your impact in the entire tournament, this tournament and last year, you just stepped up your play. What do you attribute that to?
I'd rather be that guy because then I get more open shots because I'm not such in the spotlight. But, you know, I just try to play my role on this team. I know I'm one of the, you know, the 4 seniors on this team, and that I have to provide my, you know, leadership to the team. And, you know, these guys have done a great job of helping me come along as a player. And, you know, they got me open tonight, got me the ball, set some picks for me, and it was a total team effort. You know, we almost a completely opposite game than it was against Wisconsin the other night.
Right here on the left.
AJ, kind of in the same vein, Coach Donovan called you the X factor. He said they pretty much had an idea what Mateen and Morris would do, but that they really needed to kind of hold you in check. And he gave you credit for being able to overcome that. Did you have the sense that you had to produce tonight, that that would be the case?
I mean, you know, it just seems like somebody on our team steps up every night, and tonight it just happened to be me and Morris. You know, a lot of other guys did a lot of unsung things that, you know, didn't show up in the stat column. And, you know, we had several guys breaking the press tonight. You know, we had several guys on the boards, and like I said, these guys got me open. I just had to make the shot, and, you know, I have to give my credit to them for, you know, helping me out.
Right here.
This is for Morris, Mateen, and Charlie Bell. As you guys were celebrating on the court, I think each of you came over and you hugged Magic Johnson. Can you just talk about what it meant having Johnson and Steve Smith here to celebrate this title with you?
Well, those 2 guys are, you know, the best players ever to, you know, play the game at Michigan State. And, I mean, just to have them here supporting us and watching over us. And, you know, Magic Johnson, you know, he won a national title back in '79. And you know, we always wanted that feeling. You know, he's a great guy. You know, he's always around us, him and Steve Smith. And those guys meant a lot to this program just to be back here supporting us.
Yeah, you know, when you got guys like Magic Johnson to come back, you know, one of the greatest players ever touched the ball from Michigan State. I mean, it makes it special, you know, and it was very special to see him come back and support us, and we wanted to go out there and get a win for him. And, you know, guys like Steve Smith, I was very happy to see him because, you know, he's a guy that I always looked up to as a kid. You know, he always was my favorite player, and that's maybe strange. He's 6'8", and I'm real little, but he's a guy that I always looked up to and somewhat, and I really loved him so much, and I was just happy to see him there. I'm glad we can get a win in front of those guys.
It's like, you know, those guys have very busy schedules, and then for them to take the time out of their schedule and come and support us, I think that just shows, you know, what kind of family that we have here at Michigan State. I mean, the young and the old, I mean, we all just come together and we're just all Spartans, and, you know, they came back and supported us, and, you know, we had to go out there and win it, not just for the team and for our seniors, but, you know, every Spartan fan or Spartan out there.
Right here, front left.
Yes, this is for Charlie Bell. I wonder how you feel about saying goodbye to these seniors and what kind of a load you're going to have to absorb next year. And also talk about your game this year. You seem to do tonight a little bit of everything: assists, rebounds, scoring, kind of whatever was needed, kind of what Coach Izzo talked about.
That's just been like, I just kind of took that as my role. I mean, I know we got scorers and we got guys who can handle the ball, and I just really wanted to go out there and just do whatever I had to do for this team to win. I mean, if it was passing the ball, rebounding, and just doing whatever. And I'm going to miss these guys, and me and Andre, you know, we have some big shoes to fill, and a national championship is going to be hard to follow up, but we know we can do it. I mean, we got some great freshmen coming in, and we got great guys coming back, and we know what it's like to be champions, and Morris and Mateen and AJ, they really showed us how to work to be champions, and we're just going to take that and just build on it.
Here on the right.
Mateen, how much pain were you in? Over here, to your right, to your right, first row. How much pain were you in? What was your emotional state like when you went off the court? And what was the feeling like when you watched that One Shining Moment video after?
Well, it was a lot of pain, you know, when I went down. You know, I had a lot of pain in my foot, and you know, it was very painful, you know, and I tried to walk on it, but I really couldn't put any pressure down, and so we just went back in the locker room, and we just added some more tape to it and put on the brace, and it still was hurting a tad bit, but that kind of made it a little easier to play on. And back in the locker room, you know, I dropped a couple of tears back there. You know, I started crying. I was like, oh no, not now. I really want to play. I want to win this game. And our trainer was like, no, Mo, not today. You know, we're going to get you back in there. Just sit here and let me tape you up. So I was a little sad about it, but, you know, they taped it up good. And, you know, luckily I was able to come out and play. But, you know, that one-shotty moment, that's just been a favorite song of mine ever since I've been a kid, you know. And you always watch games. You always watch people who won national championships. And me, always as a kid, I always couldn't wait for that one last-shotty moment song, you know. And I always would stay up and watch that. And it was just, it got very emotional for me. And it was just a blessing. And it was just a great feeling to see yourself up there on one-shotty moment.
Right in the middle.
Was there any chance you weren't coming back in the game in your mind, though? I mean, it sounds like you were a little doubtful, but really, was there any chance that you weren't going to come back?
Oh, no. You know, I was definitely going to try to get back. I told the trainer they was going to have to amputate my leg to keep me out of this one. So, no, there was no doubt that I was going to come back in. But the trainer just, you know, let me be aware that when I went back in, it just was going to be sore, and I just was going to have to suck it up and play on it.
Right here.
Mateen, did you know that Coach gave Teddy Dupay an earful when you were on the floor? And does that surprise you in any way? What does that say about your relationship?
Well, I didn't know that, you know, but it doesn't surprise me, you know, because Coach, he covers my back on the court and off the court, you know, and we got a very special relationship, you know, and I mean, like, it really does surprise me because that's the kind of guy he is, a very tough competitor, and if he feel you treating, I done heard him take some stuff, on himself, but if you do anything to his players, then you got to deal with Coach Izzo. You don't want to deal with it if you do something to his players.
Right here in the front.
For Andre and AJ, could you guys talk about the emotional state or whatever you would call it that you guys were in after Mateen was hurt and Morris was already out with foul trouble? The next few minutes were pretty crucial. Were you guys conscious of what you had to do at that time?
I think so. You know, he went out, and I think we kind of knew how bad he was hurt just because of what he was telling us, you know, when he went down. But I think we just, you know, we rallied together in the huddle. We had been in that position before, and you know, Coach came in and said, "Let's get ready." You know, we looked at each other and said, "Let's do it." And I think we just, you know, we had a confidence level in each other that when he was out, you know, we could still play basketball. And if he was going to come back, you know, we wanted to keep a lead so that, you know, it would be, you know, great for him when he came back. And you know, I just thought we kept our composure and got it done.
Yeah, I think it was a big turning point for us. You know, he went down, and people didn't really get too down about it. You know, we played without him before, and we were expecting the worst, so we just wanted to go out there and do what we could to finish out the game. You know, there wasn't any doubt that we were going to win, and we just sort of regrouped with each other and try to go out there and just play a lot more harder.
In the back.
I wanted to direct this question to any of the seniors, Mateen or AJ. What part of Coach Izzo's teachings do you carry with you and to get through tough situations like this? And also, what has he taught you that allows you to accomplish such a goal as this?
Well, one thing, you know, he always, you know, taught me, you know, to always keep a level head, you know, no matter how tough times get on or off the court, you know, always, you know, keep a level head and just, you know, and hard work pays off. You know, he's one of the, if not the hardest working person I've ever been around in my life. You know, he's always watching film. I mean, and then in practice, you know, he's down, ready to go like us. You know, he's ready to get down and dirty, and he's down hollering, and he's doing his defensive shuffles, you know. So if anything I ever learned from Coach is always stay humble, you know, and stay positive no matter what the situation is, and hard work does pay off.
Back.
Mateen and Charlie, you guys must have known going in you were going to make some hay with their press, and you really just killed them in transition. Can you talk about what you wanted to do and how you did it?
Well, one thing, you know, we did is Coach, you know, put together a great game plan. You know, we knew we were going to get pressed, and, you know, we kind of went a 1-4 set, and we wanted to make one pass and let me cut through the middle and let me get the second pass, and we just wanted to push it. And when we got numbers, he just told us to attack it, you know. But, you know, we did a good job of breaking their press. We do got to give a lot of credit to the coaches because they set up the formation we set up, and to break the press was easier for us.
Yeah, we just didn't want to sit around and, you know, hold the ball and try to get trapped. We just really wanted to move the ball, you know, get it to in Mateen's hands or my hands, wherever, you know, so we can try to make things happen. I think we did a great job of getting in the open court, and Morris and AJ, everybody just made big plays for us.
Right here.
Welcome back, everybody. Now we are going to come back outside. We'll rejoin the press conference very shortly. Dave Ackerley here along with assistant coach Brian Gregory of the MSU Spartans. And first of all, congratulations.
Thanks. It's an incredible feeling. The entire program is extremely proud over the way the guys played. And I know the city of Lansing, East Lansing, is excited as well.
They are fired up tonight. You guys have reason to be fired up. Take a look at this T-shirt here. Hold that up for everybody to see. Look at that. National champions. Indy 2000, #1, baby. Looks like a ticket stub. You got that punched all the way from the word go this year. It hasn't sunk in yet, has it, BG?
It hasn't. And then, I don't know when it will. We talked in the beginning of the year about making this happen, and we've gone through some adversity, first with Mateen and some other injuries and so forth, and the guys kept fighting through, and they never lost sight of what they wanted to do. And we talked about winning the Big Ten championship, winning the Big Ten Tournament Championship, but most importantly, they talked about winning the national championship, and today they were not going to be denied, no doubt about that.
Are you glad you came back from Northwestern right now?
Obviously, a great decision. A great decision.
Oh, smart move.
It's great to be back. I can't tell you how honored and proud I am to be part of this program, to work for a guy like Coach Izzo, because he instills the things that are right about college basketball in our players, and you can see that on the court.
I hope the folks back in mid-Michigan realize how hard these guys work. Tom has said it so many times. Stan Heath, Mike Garland, yourself. I mean, the right-hand men, he can only do, one guy can only do so much. You guys do so much to break things down, and he said, I had to look at Florida and North Carolina, but there were people really picking apart the Gators and had the game plan ready, and boy, it looked good tonight.
Well, that's our job. And the good thing about our program with Coach Izzo is he's been in every one of those positions, so he knows, so he can appreciate that. And we're a team in and of itself, and we work well together, and with Stan and with Mike and with Dave Owens, we do a good job of just trying to get everything prepared for Coach, and he does a great job of executing what we think might work, and he watches as much film. He was in the film room at 3:30 a.m. last night as well, so we got the job done, and we did a good job preparing, but our guys did a great job of learning and executing.
Talk about Mateen Cleaves tonight. I mean, you saw what was going on with that on the bench. You knew the situation. You know what the situation is with him right now. I mean, as far as the result of that ankle sprain, but to be able to play through that.
Well, the word that comes to mind is he's a warrior. He's been since he got here. He's had injuries, he's had adversity strike against him, and he keeps standing up and keeps battling. And I think one of the things that's incredible is his character is so strong. And they challenged him tonight. A lot of newspaper quotes and in the news and so forth, they challenged him. And
guys from Florida challenged too. There were things said.
Yeah, and that was the wrong thing to do. Because you don't challenge him, because he came out and he proved that he is the best point guard in the country. They're not going to be able to press us, and he's going to lead us to a national championship. That's what he did.
Ryan, I know on behalf of the team, on behalf of Tom, you want to say something to the fans there in East Lansing tonight who are out enjoying the evening, savoring the moment, but I know you want them to do it the right way.
Well, obviously, it's an incredible evening, and we want everyone to have a great time out there, but be careful, respect each other, and we have a great university and a great town and a great surrounding support. And let's make sure the country understands how proud we are of this team and do things in the right way out there.
Let's keep the cleanup light. We got a parade to attend to, right?
That's right, and I'll be right in the front of that convertible.
Brian Gregory, congratulations. Savor the moment. What's the team going to do tonight once you get out of the arena here?
Well, with the media, it may be about an hour and a half before we get out. But
our bad.
Yeah, I know. But we'll go back to the hotel. We'll have a little get together. All the parents are staying in the hotel, the same hotel. So it's great. Incredible family atmosphere with the program. So I think we're going to enjoy ourselves and with our families probably.
Nothing but happy feelings for you. Thanks, BG, for stopping by. Brian Gregory, assistant coach with the Spartans. We're going to send you back inside of the press conference right now.
At times, and we just wanted to, play with some emotion. I think that was the biggest thing. Sometimes emotion wins games, and I think that was an example for us tonight.
Oh yeah, we we want to look at our parents, and when your parents and your family, when you're coming through times like that, we've come through a long time, and just to see your parents support you, they support us all year. They've been to almost every game, and it's a national championship game, and I just look over there and give a little wink, and just to let them know I'm thinking about them, and just thanks a lot for supporting me, and I try to. Sometimes you try to do it on a sneak. You try not to let Coach see it, because sometimes he'll get on you, but he pretty much just let us play freely today, and I think that's helped us out.
Just like Mateen and Morris, we got our families up there. They've been supporting us all year long, and, especially my father and my parents. and Mateen's parents. I mean, they're all like family. I mean, like those are my brothers. And I know my father, you know, he played basketball, and, you know, it's kind of like, you know, he's living, you know, his life through me. You know, he's loving every bit of this. I mean, he's really enjoying, you know, coming to watch us play, and this national championship is kind of for him, too.
Gentlemen, we're going to let the players return. Congratulations. We can go to the locker room. We'll keep Coach Izzo here. We can start immediately with questions for Tom in the far back.
All right, guys. See you back there, man.
Go ahead.
Coach Izzo, the comeback situation, the question is it something that's being taught, or is it a happenstance and it just evolved and maybe you taught it? How do you account for that? Is that a system that MSU has now undertaken?
What do you mean by the comeback? I'm sorry.
Well, during the tournament, the team was down the second half.
Oh, yeah. Today was one day we weren't, so I didn't know what you meant. But, you know, I think we got to give the credit to the other teams. I mean, I've been saying all along, we don't think we're this team that just walks in and wins games. You know, we got good players, and I think we play hard, but we have our moments, we have our lulls. You know, Wisconsin put us through 11-minute one without scoring a basket. So, you know, it's not like we overpower people. I think we're able to win different ways, and I said the other day before the Wisconsin game, you know, we've won games 50-45, and we've won games 90-80, and sure enough, in this tournament, we did it both ways with those two teams. So I just think, you know, we do challenge guys. You know, we talk to them, but I think it was more the other teams than it was just us.
Right here in front.
Tom, on the play where Mateen got hurt, it appeared he gave Dupay a pretty good forearm to the head as he was going up. Did you see that? And beyond that, can you just discuss what impact you thought that whole moment had?
You know, I didn't see that, but I didn't, you know, I just thought that there was a foul way out by our bench, and things got out of hand. And, you know, I mean, I'm not going to comment on it. I probably embarrassed myself by saying one thing to him and probably shouldn't have, but I didn't like the way it happened, and that ended after the game. We talked about it. So what impact did it have? What impact does it have when your star is out? You know, it has a major impact, and he's our emotional leader. He's our leader on the court, and more importantly, or most importantly, was the press. And, you know, I mean, I don't have a lot of guards on this team, and so that was a major loss. And yet, you know, when he first went down, I could tell, because he's not one of those guys that puts on, fakes an injury so his girlfriend gives him sympathy in the stands. So I knew he was hurt. And, you know, when I walked over and they said they didn't think it was broke, I told him he's got, you know, a few minutes and he better be back on the floor. And he said he would be. So that's the kind of kid he is.
Right here.
Yes, and for that very reason, they call him the warrior, right?
They sure do. You see him right there. He walked off the podium, Mateen Cleaves did, in crutches. Yes. When asked if he was ever going to, if there was any doubt whether he was going to come back to the game, oh no, he says, they would have had to have amputated my leg for him to not come back in the game. So he's a warrior. Yeah. He's going to stay in, and he's the reason Michigan State are the national champions tonight.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you a little bit later in sports. Thanks a lot, Jared.
News Center 6 Sports is brought to you by M&M Distributors of Lansing. Now, here's News Center 6 Sports Director Dave Ackerley.
I think we can finally breathe a sigh of relief.
Along with a lot of other Spartan fans. Yeah. It's been a year-long journey. What a way to wrap it up tonight.
True, definitely.
It seemed like this year's Michigan State basketball team was destined to win the national championship. All year long, they fought back from adversity, and with a win tonight over the Florida Gators, the Spartans would be kings of college hoops. Senior A.J. Granger, another fabulous night tonight. He looked for his shot early, and he knocked this one down right here. That gives Michigan State a 7-4 lead early, but the Gators, they decided to pound it inside. Udonis Haslam, he had a great first half for the Gators. They cut the lead to 2, but then the green and white looking very hungry. Peterson to Granger right there for the dunk. That was an 8-point lead. He had 19 on the night, but the guy whose shooting has been much maligned, Mateen Cleaves, 3 triples in the first half en route to 13, and an 11-point halftime lead for State. In the second, the roof almost caved in. Cleaves seriously twists his ankle right here, and look at the pain on his face. A high ankle sprain, his right ankle. He would go back to the locker room, get taped up, but courageously comes back to the floor. He limps back into the lineup, And watch this right here. A baseball pass to his good buddy, Morris Peterson, who lays it in. The lead is 10. And then Mo Pete, he was the man down the stretch in the second half, just like he was in the semifinals. Here's the three. He had a team-high 21, and the state lead is 68-56. Irvin Magic Johnson, what does he think? Yeah, he likes it. He knows that the green and white almost have this one wrapped up late in the game. Mo Pete to Charlie Bell, who lays it in the hoop and the harm. MSU leads by 19 at that point. The guys are getting pumped as they can sense a national championship. As the final seconds ticked off, Mateen Cleaves celebrates with his teammates, and at center court, Tom Izzo going to hoist the championship trophy. 89-76 the final. Cleaves and Peterson and Granger, the three seniors, combining for 59 points tonight. Well, for more on the game, we go now live to the RCA Dome in Indianapolis and sports director Dave Ackerley. Dave, I guess Saturday's game with Wisconsin, a little bit boring, but tonight a much different situation as the Spartans are bringing home the hardware tonight.
Well, they sure are. We've shown you enough of that national championship trophy, haven't we? Guess who gets to carry that trophy out of the building tomorrow morning when they make the presentation? His name is Tom Izzo, and that trophy will be on the team plane as it makes its way back to the Breslin Center and Capital City Airport. An amazing night. Terry Stanton here. We've been, let's say we've been by tonight. We've been by since Tuesday and Wednesday down here all along the road with the Spartan team. Just an amazing performance, an incredible victory. Run out of superlatives, but I'm sure we can come up with a few more if we try. It's our job.
You know, the funny thing is they struggled in the first few games of the tournament. They always had that weak first half, it seemed like, and then they would come through in the second half almost too late in the Syracuse game.
Sure.
Tonight, really the complete game, the whole game. They never really sputtered.
It really was their best game, I think, overall since the Michigan game in the season, and certainly their best first half since the Michigan game. And I think a great plus for Michigan State was the fact that Florida made no bones. They wanted to come out and run the ball. They wanted to play pressure defense. There was no chance for jitters or nerves because of the attack style that Florida had, and it backfired on them. Also, some things that Florida said, and we talked with some players, and of course the coaches about that. They're not really going to come out and say so, but Florida said some things both on the floor and in the media down here that the Spartans didn't like, and they used that to their advantage. Don't rile these guys up. Big night from Mateen Cleaves, and you know your time that you spent, you know, being from Owasso and the Flint area and working in Flint, you know what it's like with Flint basketball.
It's unbelievable.
His family, what a night for both his mother and father, and Fran Cleaves has been here. She's at every game.
Yeah, she has been to every game. She said she drives the Buick. It's not in the same shape it used to be, but she's been to every one. Some of them out of the country. I mean, well, I should say out of the continental 48 anyway. But she's been there all the way and
Hawaii,
supporting
the Puerto Rico
Mateen.
tournament,
That's right.
All of these, and she visited with Tim Doty just a few minutes ago. Listen.
Yes, thank you so much. This is why we stayed that one extra year. We did it. We did it. We're so proud. And I'm so proud of that team because when he got hurt, they didn't miss a beat. They kept right on rolling. That's a championship team. That's a championship team. He has the heart of a lion, and I knew that he would come back. But I also knew that the team would carry on because that's what they are, a championship team.
What did he say to you when you were hugging him there out on the court?
Fran Cleaves, Mateen's mom. Boy, it's a happy Cleaves family tonight. You hear some of the Spartan fans out here. They're still having a good time. Florida fans of Skedaddle, Spartan fans are enjoying all this. One of the biggest Spartan fans, Terry, is Irvin Johnson.
One of the biggest Spartans.
One of the biggest Spartans. He was sitting up probably about 15, 20 rows behind me tonight. He got a big ovation. Really, he didn't stand up at first, and they said, "We want magic, we want magic." CBS was in a timeout. Finally, he stood up.
Yeah.
He got a big ovation. When the game was over, he was hanging over in the corner. And he just sort of was there watching, talking. Players were saying, Irvin, Irvin. They were yelling out. They finally brought him over. And, of course, he posed for the team picture. So he'll be part of the championship picture out here. But the tie that binds. The tie that binds.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson visiting with Tim Doty moments ago inside the locker room.
So once Mateen got hurt today, the schedule helped them. See, they had played great teams without him, so they knew what they had to do. And then he came back. That was great, a great moment. So this program is here to stay, and we're going to be competitive for a long, long time.
You know, Mateen and Morris take their side beside Kelser
and Johnson. And our Terry Donnelly was Granger today, you know, because Terry Donnelly had a big game for us to win it against Indiana State, and Granger had a big game. Don't forget about him, because he played strong today. We needed a third player today, and we got it. Then Chappelle came off the bench, hit some threes. I mean, we got a lot of guys contributing today. They really helped. And but the game plan that Coach Izzo drew up was just masterful. He attacked that trap like nobody else has, and he scored on it. See, that's what the difference was. He didn't pull the ball out like these other teams because they wear you out if you do that. You can wear them down if you score, and that's what we did.
You guys aren't ruling the roost anymore. You're happy about that, though, right?
Now the Magic Man with our own Tim Doty just a few moments ago in the Spartan locker room. Well, Jeremy, we're going to have a lot more coming up here as we roll on through the night, through a championship night here in April with the Spartans in Indianapolis. We're going to send it back to you, basically on the banks of the Red Cedar, and we'll check in with you in a bit.
Dave, isn't it amazing that the Spartans went through those 13 games without Mateen all year long, and that he got hurt? They were up by 6 at that time. When he came back, they were ahead by 10, so really the team didn't miss a beat when he was out of the game.
No, Jeremy, you're right, and you heard Irvin Johnson refer there. I think a big key, Mike Chappelle. I mean, he has been so maligned, and you and I have heard it all through the season that he's not the real deal, and boy, you know, he was damaged goods, and not the player he was down at Southgate, not the player that he was at Duke. Well, all he does is contribute in a big way tonight. He hit a 3, he hit a 2, he stole the ball away, and you know what? They just hung in there when Cleves was out of the game, and that is exactly what they had to do. Unsung heroes on this team. It isn't just a 1 or 2 man team. Unsung heroes, Mike Chappelle, I'll tell you what, he's going to get a game ball from somebody because he came up big when he had to. We'll send it back to you. We'll see you here live again in just a bit.
All right, boss. We'll talk to you then.
Great. Anything more to say?
Amazing. Well, I know we're going to have a lot more coming up.
All right.
A lot more from the locker room coming up from the guys.
Thanks, Jeremy. Back in a minute. Well, thousands of MSU students are cheering on their Spartans tonight, and News Center 6 reporter Shannon Selby joins us now, once again live from downtown East Lansing. Hello, Shannon.
Hi, Sherry. I'll tell you, this has just been the word I've heard over and over again is awesome. I caught one guy just standing there, a fan, looking awestruck, and all I would say was, this is awesome, this is awesome. And that's exactly how it describes tonight. We have had such an incredible night here. It's been very, very, very peaceful until the cameras turned on, but it's been a very peaceful celebration. We did have the police here. We had 4 different divisions here. We had the mounted police as well as the helicopters. But really, it wasn't necessary that there was no arrest. Well, actually, there was just one arrest. It was an open alcohol arrest. But for this many people to be out here, it's been really, really good, been very positive. We did have a couple of students here that showed up with the latest papers. We've got the Detroit Free Press and the Lansing State Journal already out. Really exciting. If you look over my shoulder here, you'll see, though, the crowd has really thinned out. They're really going maybe to some other clubs, some house parties, but it's been a very peaceful celebration, a celebration that Tom Izzo and the team can come back and be very, very proud of. Reporting live in Lansing, Shannon.
Tonight. Well, many lucky Spartan fans traveled to Indianapolis to see the game live. We're going to head back down now to Indianapolis and check in one more time with Dave Ackerley, Terry Stanton, and Taryn Asher. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Howdy. Hi. Big evening.
Oh, man. And isn't that great news back there? I mean, to hear that everybody is basically just enjoying and savoring the moment, but
have fun and do it right. Yeah, absolutely. That's the way it should be.
That's what the team wanted to hear. So they can have a great homecoming back, which they will have tomorrow, and then, of course, the parade on Wednesday.
Yep.
What a week for the green and white.
It's incredible. And you know, it's been 21 years, and as Dwayne Vernon told me a short while ago, one of the parade organizers said, you know, we had a big parade then, and we're going to do it again this year because the team deserves it, the community deserves it, and the university deserves it.
We'd like to thank all our viewers for hanging with us all week long down here. We promised total coverage, and I can tell you from sleep deprivation here with this crew that we have at least tried to deliver.
Indeed. Done our best.
Done our best, and the team, I tell you what, the team did their best, coming through with a national title. The Flintstone fans are back here. We're going to wrap things up here with a victory tonight, 86-73, the final score. The Spartans, your Spartans are champions here in Indianapolis. Want to thank Tim Doty, Mike Vitale, Chris Carr. They're still inside right now in the locker room. They're picking up all the latest sound and all the final moments of jubilation. We'll have that for you coming up tomorrow as we wing our way back to mid-Michigan along with that championship trophy. And for Taryn and Terry here and our guys out here, Chris Elliott, and the entire CBS crew that's done a great job.
That's right.
We want to thank them. We want to thank you for joining us. We're going to send it back to you hey, believe it or not, we're coming home. And they're coming home with these guys. Champions all around. We will see you tomorrow back in Mid-Michigan on a happy note.
Yes, definitely a happy note. They did a great job out there.
Being an old Florida guy,
yes.
I'm very happy for Michigan tonight.
That's right.
It was a great game.
We're going to change your colors to green and white, aren't we?
Change over, yeah.
All right. That is our 11 o'clock report. The Late Show with David Letterman is up next. And right now, we're going to show you a look at some T-shirt video these T-shirts are silk screened right now to show that the Spartans are the national champions. You can get these T-shirts hot off the press sometime tomorrow. Good night.